Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the webinar. So, I hope the attendees know that today we are going to discuss a very wide kind of topics which we have titled An Integrated Approach to General Studies, Essay and Interview. So friends, it's again that time of the year when everything related to civil service exam is in the air. Some are preparing for pre, on the other hand, some are quite busy for their personality test. Yes, the stages are different. Those who are going to write their PT and those who are going to face the interview. Naturally, stages are different. But basically, a strategy, you can say the urge, insight, all are same. Look, as the title of the webinar makes it clear, let me make it more clear. The idea is how to prepare for the civil service examination in a holistic way, that the labor you are putting in has basically multifaceted use and multidimensional use. The first use, that is general studies. When I say general studies, I mean at the prelims level as well as at the mains level. The second benefit you have, that is in the paper of essay. And finally, the interview. In between, one thing which I have not written in the title itself, that is regarding the optional papers which everybody has to opt. Today you are opting one optional paper. I believe the informations, and this is what experience shows, the informations which you collect and which you basically keep revising and preparing upon for general studies, essay and interview, they are to be added with the optional papers also, to make your optional paper relevant and contemporary to the time. So let's do one thing. Let's try to understand basically how this integrated approach has to be practiced by the IS aspirants and civil services aspirants. I think you might not be knowing this same title. I wrote one article way back in 2017 on the request of the popular career magazine Civil Services Chronicles. They requested me to write something like that, so I wrote an article for them, and they published that in December issue of 2007. I gave book list for general studies, essay, interview also over there, and so you can consult that also. But in the meanwhile, the topic which I am going to deal with, what is this all about? So this is, whatever you study and whatever you prepare, whatever information you collect, in the name of preparing for civil services, they should not be basically limited. They should not be limited to only either PT or mains, maybe essay or interview basically. And I think a majority of IS aspirants, they are very fragmented when they start preparation for the civil examination. Here, the emphasis is on integrated approach. You may call it an holistic approach, to do the things basically. What happens here? Whatever I say, I have written on the slide, info is the asset. I mean, information means your knowledge, whatever be the source, whatever book you are reading, that information is your asset. and you have to keep in mind the same information with differentiated presentation I will have to use at the prelims level, at the main level, and at the interview level. That is why I am highlighting over there. Okay, this is putting in one level and having multi-dimensional uses and having multi-dimensional outputs out of that basically. This is what this all approach is about basically. When you read something, when you prepare something, when you collect some notes from somewhere on something, so you have to interest that how we are going to use it at the pre-level, at the mains level in general studies optional or in essay, and how the same information set will be used at the level of personality test over there. So the main issue is how to do it. You must be saying over there in the slide before starting what the strategy is. I am saying the groundwork before studying. What is that groundwork? The groundwork is you have to essentially survey the questions of previous years. It doesn't mean you are trying to guess the questions or trying to know the trend of questions basically, because as you know, Union Public Service Commission for the last few years have been setting one trend and breaking the same trend the next year. So don't go much on trend. Basically, you are supposed to survey through the questions of previous year for something else. The first is what is nature of question? The question they ask and the questions which have been asked, what actually they want to know. Okay? You will find through surveying the questions of past 3 to 4 to 5 years maximum, you will find there is some undercurrent over there. There are certain linkages over there, and those linkages are the very pulses which you are supposed to feel over there. Okay? And when you see the objective question, to look into that, though it is an objective question, how much I can do by knowing only objective facts? Am I supposed to have some subjective idea also about the topic, about the question, and vice versa? Getting it? When you are looking into a question which has been asked in main examination, so you have to be very particular the answers I am going to write and I am supposed to write for the main exam, be it in 200 words or 300 words, whatever be the size of the answer. Can it be done without having objective clarity about the topic? You will find the answer there is no, it is not possible. What I mean to conclude basically, objective questions are objective because they are being just asked in the form of objective. Rather, enough subjectivity will find involved in every objective question. Similarly, subjective questions asked in mains examination, even I go to the extent of essay, they are subjective questions because they have been asked in the form of subjective. Otherwise, enough objective informations which you have collected and gathered in the past several years and several months, they will be used over there to really present a complete subjective answer. While you are surveying the questions, finding the interlinkages, looking into the objectivity and subjectivity of the topics, the questions which have been asked, you are supposed to keep connected with the current times. Suppose you are reading something on one economic policy which has been announced by the recently presented union budget. So you have to not restricted upon the news which you can call this is just an economic news. You have to look into how this news is connected to foreign policy dimension of India, how it is linked to ecology and diversity of India, then how it will deal with the aspects of governance, the contemporary real politics, This is what I mean to say basically. Okay. This is why it is told कि whatever you read, you must know. I am concluding the first part कि how to do it. कि whatever you are reading, you must know कि how might be questions created in the examinations from here, either in PT or in mains or interview board. At the same time, the objective approach and subjective approaches are just two different things to prepare anything. At the same time, keep connected to the current times, to the changing contemporary moments of every day basically. Because questions won't be only factual, questions won't be only conceptual. Whatever you will be asked, they will be naturally connected to current time. This is what I mean to say basically how to do it. Okay. Now, moving on to other area, that is the art of using it. See, in past few years, since the new syllabus was introduced, one optional was dropped in mains, and in place you have now 4 clear-cut papers of general studies. What I must say is that when you look upon any information, the information should be introspected upon beautifully. And as you have surveyed through the previous year questions, you can now imagine, you can now basically visualize that this information can be asked in PT also in such way. On the other hand, a question in main examination in such and such paper of general studies might be fixed on it, and then try to be a little bit creative. Here, I basically beg your pardon, by creativity, here I don't mean innovating things, because you are going to participate in such an examination where innovation is basically not expected. Okay? Even if you are being asked to advise something in main examination, you are really not supposed to advise. You have to go into government's objective criticism of the policy. At the same time, what government has announced, what are the drawbacks of a particular policy, a particular program, you have to just present them. At the same time, suppose you have certain critiques and certain criticism of the topic, so you have to write them in a very subtle way. Experts have criticized this policy on various counts, and you can write them using comma and basically you can say just don't emphasizing what I mean to say, just passing reference. These are also the critics of the time over there. Okay, this is what I mean. It means the informations you have gathered, you have collected, you should be creative enough to use them. How I can use them at the prelims level, how I can use them at the mains level, where this can be used in which of my options. Suppose you have public administration, sociology. I go to this section if someone has medical science as his and her optional. So the informations of general studies which you keep reading every day, they are quite useful and handy in even optional like medical sciences, biosciences, you can say geology, biology over there basically. It means that today examination has become quite dynamic. Your knowledge of medical science, your knowledge of biology or geology, it should not be limited to only textbook knowledge. If you show the dynamism, yes, you can correlate the syllabi of your optional to the needs and requirements of India in particular and humanity at large on this earth. Then only you are able to prove, yes, your answer is having quality and worth, and naturally you will be prized over there, you will get a little bit more marks and high marks over there, and you will find after mains interview call comes sooner and easier. This is what I mean by that. Okay, I hope and I know basically knowing the art of using it I will have to give some example over there. Then only you will have the real feel ki how this approach basically works. So let me move on to the next slide. The next slide, that is titled as Understanding the Uses. Okay, understanding the uses. Usage of what? The usage of the informations and the material and the notes which you have either jotted down or you have collected from somewhere. Just don't think about the sources. Okay? We are limited to the usage of the informations and how to use the information in an integrated way. We are able to prepare GS, essay as well as interview. See, I am writing over there कि general studies, essay and interview all are interlinked. What I mean to say, generally aspirants think कि first I need to prepare for prelims exam, then main exam, then once I clear main exam, I will go to prepare for the interview. That is not the case. The day you think I have to start preparation for the civils exam today, actually preparation for all three different stages of this exam commences simultaneously. You must have the idea, the knowledge, the informations which I am collecting, which I have, how they will be used at the PT level, at the mains level and at the interview level. Be it general studies, be it essay, be it optional or be it interview. Getting me? What I mean to say? You will find the subject matters of examinations at all three stages, prelims, mains and interview, together with GS, essay and interview, they are interlinked. If you go into the degree of these interlinkages, so naturally GS, essay, interview are quite connected. Let me put the thing in another way. I believe that general studies in PT is basically whatever you have collected, whatever you know, you have to use the information at the objective level. Same general studies become subjective when you go and face the mains examination. Now, look the linkages in the main examination. You will find what is correlationship between essay and general studies paper. So you will see that today in each general studies paper you are expected to write 20 answers of 200 word sizes. How I take it? You are expected to write basically 200 words, 20 essays in general studies each paper. On the other hand, when you are going to take on the essay paper, it is not much different from general studies. You are going to write answers of GS of only 2 questions in essay paper in 3 hours, allotting 1.5 hours on each essay. But the linkage is that informations are same, facts are same, just the size is changing. In general studies means you are writing 20 essays of 200 word size. In essay you are writing 2 GS answers of huge size, probably 1000 to 1300 words according to capacity of one's writing and its speed. Now try to think about interview. Whatever you did in general studies and essay, be it general studies PT or mains and essay mains, exactly same informations are basically tools of creating questions in the hands of the interview board and its member. It means interview or personality test of this examination is nothing. The vocal and verbal presentation of the information which you have been using in GS at PT level or mains level or the essay at the mains level. You just need the etiquettes, mannerism and the correct perspective of presenting those informations. That is why I say कि GS, essay and interview. GS means GS of pre, GS of means. Essay, naturally it is only in means, and interview. These four things are not actually four things. They are actually one and one thing. Just presentation and use of the informations, they differentiate them from one another. This is why I say over there that subject matters of GS, essay and interview are not only interlinked, they overlap in a big way. Just presentation varies. Getting me? What I mean to say? I hope and I expect that you would love to have the example coming in from me. Okay, I will give example. I beg your pardon, I forgot to inform one thing. Suppose some of you might be having some questions, some queries, so you keep on typing your question on your live page. The question answer session will come after we are finished with the webinar. Once I am finished, what I mean to say, with the presenting of this webinar, I will start taking on your questions over there, and one by one I would like to answer your queries, whatever you ask over there. Okay? So, I just was reminding you, you must be expected to have some examples over there. Okay, let me give you some example. I select one topic over there, and I mean to say the topic I am selecting is not the only topic on which example can be created. Examples can be created on any topic, even picking one small area from history of India, from history of world, from governance, from constitution, real life politics, governance, technology, geography, economy, from any area. Rather, certain subject sets are more dynamic than the other. For example, culture, art, history, they are not as dynamic as you find in the case of economy, science and technology, or foreign policy, ecology. These things are quite dynamic over there. But dynamism is there everywhere. I just take one example over there. Suppose the contemporary time is the time when in every area you keep listening and reading something about eco-friendly technology. The technology, development of the technology which are friendly to the ecology of this earth. This is eco-friendly technology. Okay? As you know, after the Paris Agreement of UNFCCC, every country has submitted its INDCs, India also. And comparatively, the things which India has committed, they are basically exemplary in nature. And India is following up very good by now, to the extent performance is concerned over there. Just go into that. Eco-friendly technology. Eco-friendly technology, it looks key, it is a hybrid topic linked with science and technology at one hand. On the other hand, ecology and biodiversity of a country, of a region, of the whole earth over there. But you will find it is much connected to economic system also. It is much connected to diplomacy also. It is connected to environment also, geography also, governance also, and great many things over there. So I just let you know any one area, for example, one small topic you pick from there, India is giving enough emphasis on green energy, which is lesser on the front of creating greenhouse gases, low carbon footprint, such kind of things. Suppose one technology has been developed by either India or suppose someone else in the world somewhere which India has procured. You will find that technology which India has procured, it will have its cost also. Suppose India is going to use solar energy, the SPV, solar photovoltaic cells over there, and related implements and apparatus over there. Whether you are going to produce them yourself, whether you are going to import them. If you produce them, so what about the cost factor? Will you be able to minimize the cost and compete against the low cost exporting countries of the world, for example China and for example USA? You must be seeing in newspaper these days the solar energy per unit cost has fallen down to such a level that projects after projects which have been financed by banking institutions, they might become economically unviable. It means the whole grammar of green energy and the stakes involved financially, they are looking too weak. Why do you know? Due to their not as good and friendly connection to the foreign policy dimension. Because WTO is also there. There are certain provisions which every country has to follow regarding export and import of goods and services. Up now see how I have interlinked things. The green energy is linked with economic performance of a country, technological achievements of a country, export import dimension, the regional trade agreements and partnerships over there. At the same time, financial institutions are having high stakes because they either lend money or financial institutions have purchased shares in those green energy companies and corporate houses over there. Suppose you are not and we are not able to come out with a business model which is economically viable. Will the dream of green energy, India's and other countries' commitment to independently, nationally determined contributions linked to Paris Agreement of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change is going to be completed, going to be fulfilled? It means that the dreams might remain unrealized over there. Up now see. So I have just given a very precise highlight of one topic, picking from climate change, environment, ecology, and at the end of the introductory on the topic, you can't say that this topic is linked to diplomacy of a country, linked to economy of a country, linked to politics of a country, links to geographical, ecological, scientific and technological dimensions of a country. It means that informations which you are supposed to use in GS, essay and interview, they are basically open-ended, very open-ended, and as dynamic as you can try to make them. This is what I mean by creativity. This is what I mean by creativity. Okay? So now come back. The one information which you collected on ecology, environment, technology, just look into that. Okay, which portion of this information might be asked in multiple choice question? What I mean to say, okay, at the prelims exam level, what sort of questions might be created on this information? On the other hand, the information I have gathered and I have collected, can a full-length question be created on it in the main examination? Suppose you get the answer yes, so you create that question yourself. How to create question? The issue is that, so I have told you, you have surveyed through the questions of previous year. They give you knack and they give you a touch how a new question can be created on either same old issue topic or a new topic. That give you knack and that give you advice and a strategy how to create a new question. You create a new question. Suppose a new question can't be created on that topic. Just think about this. Can the information be used as a small segment of an already existing question? If you find S, think about that. Which that question might be. Suppose a simple question. Briefly examine or briefly describe India's achievements in the area of green energy by now. Suppose this is a question. Suppose you have to list 5 to 6 informations. One information we have got recently. It means this is one a small clause of several clauses which you already know, and you are able to easily create an answer that is not only an wholesome answer, that is not only an answer which is wholesome, but you have created an answer which is contemporary and current also. Getting me? What I mean to say? It means, in a sense, I gave you idea informations can be used in multiple choice questions that we call generally popularly as objective type questions, and same information can be used in mains examination where you are writing an answer. Getting it? So on the slide you are saying the contemporary relevance of the information, practicing for the MCQs, art of answer writing, and the last two are evaluation and feedback, tracking official viewpoints. Now look into all these things in two parts. The first part is informations picked from the first slide. Information is the asset, second slide. The third I am connecting its contemporary relevance, the first point of the slide you are watching, and connect it with the last point of the slide you are watching, that is tracking official viewpoints. It is a bit tacit, you need to understand. The information which you collected, what I have told to you by now, I am just trying to give you an overview. Look, any information, suppose take example which we have cited, eco-friendly technology. The eco-friendly technology, why they were in news? This is what I mean by its contemporary relevance. Clear? Whether it was in news, food, or new technology purchased by India or developed by India, whether it was in news because solar energy prices are falling like anything and leaving solar projects economically unviable, not only in India, it is what is happening across the world. Why this was in news? Was it in news due to procurement or development of a new technology? Was in news for only this sake कि price cutting of solar energy per unit is falling very fast? Okay, then why it is falling very fast? Link it to the contemporary time. It means कि eco-friendly technology linked with its contemporary relevance. That is first pointer of the slide you are watching. Now connect it to the last point of the slide, that is tracking official viewpoints. It means once you are clear about the contemporary relevance of the eco-friendly technology, India's commitment to Paris package, India's commitment to Paris agreement regarding climate change, what government of India says, what standpoint government of India has taken. Okay, if solar energy related equipments are getting cheaply imported from China or USA, how India is going to handle it? Okay, how India will handle it? Will it impose custom duty? Will it put the friendship and diplomatic relations at the stake for the purpose of fulfilling its commitment related to climate change agreement over there? See the interconnections over there. This is what I mean basically. It means the information is the asset. Same information has to be used in PT, mains and interview. And now the issue is that when you are collecting an information, so you never miss its contemporary relevance. Why the news was in news? Why that issue was in news? Getting it? Since you generally collect notes from newspaper, news magazines, and you know in newspapers, news magazines, they serve very good purpose for you and for anybody else preparing for this examination, but they come with news, their views also. It means that they have to give their viewpoints over there. It is not bad to know their viewpoints, but it is more important to first know the viewpoints of our government. This is what I mean. Information is the asset. Information, why it was in news, this is what I mean by contemporary relevance. Then what a standpoint our government has taken, and then keep on tracking the news every day. how things are moving. Ultimately, it will reach a solution, that is ending of that particular topic. Okay, it means one area due to which one issue, one event due to which eco-friendly technology was in news has reached a little bit conclusion point over there. It doesn't mean that topic has ended over there. It will be in the news in coming times too. Accordingly, keep them tracking on and keep collecting notes from there. Okay. Now come in between over there. 2 points are there. The second and third point of the slide you are watching in front of you, it has practicing for multiple choice questions and art of essay writing. Basically, when you go to write your PT examination, so there are several things which can't be handled by only having informations and its different uses and approaches of uses. You need practice also. For example, your exam is faced with negative marking. So negative marking, how to avoid a question on which I am not fully confirmed. Second thing, how to manage time, how to fill in the blocks over there. Okay, these things are the things related to practice, and I always advise to students that only having information won't give you confidence. You must be having a regular practice of the informations which you have. If you are trying to look upon your performance, if you are trying to gather confidence regarding the prelims examination, you are advised to keep practicing questions set available in market or in magazine over there from any sources. You can depend on. Basically the question is that questions should be a standard. Okay, questions should not be created for PT examination for the sake of creating questions which I see in the market over there. Questions should be as UPSC fixes the question, as UPSC sets the question. Okay, so PT practice should be done necessarily over there. Okay, and closer you are to the PT exam, more and more practice you are advised to do. On the other hand, the second dimension is art of answer writing. This is another kind of practice. One practice is how to crack objective questions. Another practice is how to present a good answer. On answer writing, though it is a practice which a student learn under the active guidance of experts over there, but here I let you know. Actually, depending on type of the question, the format of answer has to be created. Normally speaking, in general studies answers at the mains level, there is no need to give introduction, neither there is any special place where you can say here conclusion should be given. Naturally, directly hit the question and end on a positive note. Okay, never delink yourself from the official viewpoint and your answer is there. Once you have written an answer or several answers, suppose there is someone who can evaluate your answer, who can give you some feedback how to improve upon, nothing better than that. But I believe even if someone is not there to give feedback after evaluating an answer, even then students improve. Writing is such a thing. You start writing, and as you grow up writing more number of answers, you will find your answers are coming more mature, and maturity is seeping into over there. This is what I mean to say. I mean to say in one line and in few sentences I can conclude over there this preparation must follow integrated approach. Integrated approach is the approach by which you can minimize the labor and maximize the output from it. Informations are quite dynamic. Informations are not fixed for their usage. Informations are very open and quite open regarding their uses. Same informations are used in PT examination, in general studies. same informations are used in main examination, in general studies, in essay, as well as in optionals over there, and same informations which you were either practicing to crack the objective questions or writing answers. When you start speaking in front of few honorable board members, you are faced with your interview board and personality test. This is what I mean by integrated approach to civil services, integrated approach to prepare general studies, essay and interview. This is what I mean. Up now, this is what I had to give you to you regarding this approach and the topic of webinar. Now I am over there open to take on your questions and queries so that I can give you some useful answers over there. So I am online. Let me go into your questions. What questions you have asked over there? The first question which I am seeing on high priority, that is by Ramakant Kumar. He says how to balance between maximizing the number of attempts of question and losing marks in negative marking. Yes, a very good question which I did give glance over there. This is all about practice. I generally suggest when you get the question paper over there, to in first go, you should be ticking the questions and marking them on left side without marking in the answer sheet. Okay, just mark them. How many questions in the first round you were able to tick confirm, on which you were confirmed. Okay, once confirmed questions are clear, fill the blocks over there in the answer sheet. Again come back. The questions which are left over, now go into them according to priority. In which of the questions I am least confused, you can take risk over there. That is known as intelligent guesswork. But one warning is there. In the first round, if you see you are approaching the cutoff, okay, how to know the cutoff? The problem is this. So you will have to have developed this knack. Generally, every year PT has this much question in paper 1, people clear PT. So suppose you are approaching that level, so you are advised to not take much risk in the second round. Accordingly, cut the cost of your risk, cut the size of your risk and go over there. Suppose in first round you find nowhere near the boundary. Okay, I am gone. In that case, it is generally advised take risk because already you have taken attempt. One attempt you are going to miss. Let's take risk over there. This is what I mean by practice. Till you not do practice, this is not clear how to do this. Okay, which book will be best for the prelims preparation? One question is coming from Kajal Thakur. So I let you know, Kajal, the issue is which book to select for. I can't say you names over there because I belong to writers community and I belong to McGraw Education India also. From my side, I can say you if you depend on my book and our books, they are quality books. But more than that, you should have the idea how informations are to be used. The book which is handling your requirement of information, the book which is giving you proper approach, that is the best book which you should go for. Thank you. The second is basically coming from Muhammad Kamran. Mr. Kamran, you are asking how to filter data and information. Yes. Which data and which information you have to filter, which you have to be careful about using examination. This depends on your knack. Whether you know what things they are going to ask. If you know that, yes, they are going to ask question on this, that data and that information you have to collect over there. Next, I take on question of Krishna Reddy Pogula. His question is particularly which class NCERT textbooks need to for IAS. there is no such specifications on UPSC basically. Ordinarily, students refer the books of 11th and 12th. But it depends on your knowledge base. If you find yourself weaker in particular subject, you can begin with 8th standard, 9th standard. Particularly in case of general science, I don't advise you to refer the books of 10th, 11th and 12th. Getting it? Very applied kind of things they ask from science and technology. Then next question. Next query is from Aditya Narayan Kaushik. How to read newspapers effectively? Look, you only know why I am reading newspaper. What things from newspaper I have to collect and jot down as a note. So once you are clear about that particular portion of general studies, what I mean to say, if you have complete idea about the course of Indian economy and social development, then only you will be able to have the idea how newspapers are going to be helpful in that area. Without having idea of previous year questions, without having wholesome idea of the syllabi and the course, reading newspaper can't be made effective. Okay? Next question I would like to pick, that is coming from Shivali Verma. She is asking how to prepare for general study geography portion. NCERT sufficient, not available. You are asking basically particular question. You can send such thing on my email ID. I can reply you over there. But other than NCERT, there are good books in the market. For example, one is by G.C. Leong, which you should study and then depend on Government of India informations and the news items from the market. Okay. Oh, as Yash Rawat is asking how to prepare essay for Hindi medium. Naturally, the way we prepare for English medium, the same style and same approach you are supposed to have in Hindi medium also. Time. Aditya Tripathi is asking how much time should I give to preparation of these things basically. It depends on your level of preparation and how fast you can grasp things. Lubna Khan is putting a question over there, which I am able to see. The next question I would like to pick, that is Lubna Khan. Lubna Khan is basically concerned about the biotechnology student. She is, yes, anybody can, just you are supposed to be graduate, nothing else. Okay, you can very much prepare for civil service examination. How much time? Time depends on your level of preparation. It is in the manual. Which is the best optional from here? No optional is best optional. Every optional can give you highest marks. Just keep in mind. It depends on the strategy. How did you prepare? Optionals are not good or bad. Okay? Certain optionals have trend. You should be careful about that because trend matters. You know that scaling and leveling is done by UPSC in the mains examination over there. Which are the subject that should be completed for mains for a static portion. There is nothing like a static and dynamic portion. Just you can say that there is conceptual part of every subject and there is applied part. Without knowing conceptual part, applied part can't be handled. This is what I mean to say, Ms. Poonam Kumari. The next question which I picked, that is by Rahul Purohit. How to track official viewpoints? A very good question basically. To track official viewpoints of any policy or any issue, it's best to go into ministerial announcements, okay, documents of planning commission, economic survey, and few special releases, press releases coming from important ministries, nothing else. You have complete idea about government approach. What are NCERTs? The next question I pick. I am beginner, I am confused on material how to study NCERT. Look, basically in this game, till you have not qualified, everybody is beginner. Getting it? Don't think you will read books, you will have coachings from best place or recognized place, you are basically everything. No. In the last webinar, I had highlighted how much strategy matters in this exam. Knowledge is not the game. Game is of strategy, how you are using a strategy. In today's webinar, I especially was emphasizing their strategy over there. Have you marked over there? Your strategy makes difference. If your strategy is not good, no book, no coaching, no information can be helpful. Getting it? So be careful. The one question I am coming across, that is coming from Jaya Murali. Jaya Murali is saying, the next question I take 100 words, basically the lower bandwidth of expected range, say with 100 words. Look, the size of essay and their approach of presentation, words matter, but words are lesser important than your approach and the format and the way you presented your essay. What type of current affairs? Go through the previous year question papers, you will understand what kind of current affairs they ask over there. Okay, Yatendra Kumar. Which book you should refer for Indian polity basic? You can depend on the book which has been published by our house, that is by very reputed writer Lakshmikant. Don't worry, you can depend on that. Coming to some of the other questions over there, I have problem in presentation of answer. This is the general problem of IS aspirants. Do you know why? Because Indian universities, they don't teach how to write. It means in Indian universities there is no paper either in BA or in MA which can teach you art of writing. But universities, UGC and our UPSC believes we should be presenting the best answer possible. Okay? Neither they give you any model answer. It means you have to crack the nut yourself. So you better meet an expert who has an idea on answer writing. Clear? The next question is coming from Mayur Patil. Ask your question, Mayur. Very good morning. Yes. So one question that is interesting. Okay, it is coming from Mayur Patil. When questions ask you by giving words like discuss, examine, analyze, comment, yes, whenever a student asks this thing, I generally laugh. Look, whether they are asking you to discuss, write a short note, or describe, or examine, analyze, comment, even critically examine, look, they simply mean you have to present a wholesome write-up on that topic. If they say you a critical exam, it doesn't mean right from outset you started criticizing the government policy and government policy stand. Never. Everything means simple. You write a wholesome write-up on that particular topic in any answer normally. Suppose they are asking you to critically analyze. It means at the end part of the answer, you just create few points in which you can write the popular criticisms of that topic, nothing else. Okay? Comment is write a short note. Discuss is write a short note. Examine is again same thing. This is what it means basically. Don't go into that confusion. You just practice any topic in a wholesome way. Your knowledge should not be incomplete. It should be complete information on any topic. Okay? This is what I mean. Yes, basically newspapers, any newspaper can be helpful over there. Mr. Yatindra Kumar, today students are referring Hindu and Indian Express, okay, together with that YOJANA, KURUKSHETRA. They are beautiful things basically, because YOJANA, KURUKSHETRA are only government journals basically published since independence. YOJANA is only development journal and KURUKSHETRA is only journal on rural development. Getting me? So never undermine them. You get same things and information there which you find in economic survey either in India, okay? An economic survey India, planning commission document, in case of now it is Niti Aayog. These documents should not be considered that they are specifically to be used for economy portion. They are the very base of examination. They have to be used in each and every paper of GS, essay, interview, what to ask of these things. You are supposed to use them in your optional paper, because answers of questions which are being asked on optional paper, 40% of questions are not coming from textbook which are prescribed at university level. They are coming from everyday news. They are being set to test your dynamism in the subject matter and the subject you have read at university level or optional subjects. Can you use them? Can you apply them? In case of India, this is what they mean. How much coaching is helpful? Coaching is helpful if you are getting proper guidance and proper mentoring. Otherwise, coaching is wastage of time, nothing else. Okay? If coaching is not diverting you, if coaching is not giving you right strategy, then coaching is blunting your attempts over there. I simply can say you. Okay? It means to be very particular before joining any coaching institute. Meet the director, meet the teachers. If you find case, they will be very careful about giving a strategy, checking my answers, giving feedback to improve thereupon. Then that is the coaching institute for you. Okay? Then the next question is coming from, this is yes, prelims are nearing, 2017 prelims are nearing. So this is a different thing you were asking me, but I will let you know the things you have to prepare for your PT examination. You should be careful. I should be revising them and I should be using them in the practice sets. Otherwise, you won't be able to use the informations. I think I have tried to take on maximum number of the queries over there which I thought of importance, and note making is beneficial. Note making is always beneficial, Mr. Mayur. Important books for prelims can't be given here. Some we are showing on slides. On the last slide of our webinar, we have highlighted few important books for your PT examination. Okay, you can write for that to me individually through mail. You will find my mail on my every book on preface page. Don't worry. You can write them to McGraw also. They will forward me the question. I will get reply same day. Don't worry. Then one Namo Dogra is asking. Namo Dogra is asking one thing. What will be the best time to start? The best time is, there is no best time. Look, it depends how many hours you are giving every day, how much you are grasping the hours you are giving. These things matter. I hope you understand what I mean. Okay? No, there is no grammar. Neha Thakur, if every question in PT 4 options are given and there is no formula to pick, naturally the correct choice, the correct optional you are supposed to pick. This is what I can say you. Okay? Is there any alternative to Hindu? Why you are looking after alternative basically? Today students are depending on Hindu and Indian Express. Okay, they keep changing. You keep shuffle over there. Okay, if you have surveyed through the previous year questions, you will automatically come to know which newspaper is going to serve me in the better way. Sopan core, which information is useful and which one is not. Again, I say same thing. The first slide of this webinar was introspecting the questions, surveying the questions of previous year. Okay, you start preparation of any section of general studies not without surveying the questions of previous year. Once you are through the previous year question paper, then you have the idea and the knack to which things I have to collect from either NCERT or a textbook or a help book or a guide or from a newspaper. This is what I mean to say. Okay, I hope Sopan, you got my point. Then the next question is Mallikarjun Angara. I have given reply to basically you are talking about time. Time depends on your level of preparation, where you stand. The next question is going for Nilima Chauhan. I think similar question is being asked by one other guy also. It is Kshitij Bansal. He is asking how to begin. How to begin? Naturally, begin with the previous year question paper. Just go into questions. You will find that great number of questions you already know on which questions have been asked over there. Just see the knowledge and information I have, can I use them in cracking the objective questions and writing a good answer of the objective subjective one. This is how to start, and that is the point where to start from. It is Puru Tejaswar. Topic wise, subject wise. Look, first subject has to prepare, and naturally when a subject comes, topics has to automatically come. Okay. How to deal with negative marking? Why? The question on which you are not sure, just not take them. Very good students are not able to clear PT because as many correct questions they take, half of that or 1/3 of that they take the incorrect answers. So their negative marking pull them down. It is Nayab Zamir. You have got my answers, Jamil. One question I would like to take, that is, I think friends, this is already over 1 hour and we are running out of time, I think. But I have hopefully taken maximum number of questions by now. Several questions I have taken by now, and I hope we have got there. At the end, I will very thank you, and I just let you know that the approach I have given you, that was not an approach basically, that was a strategy over there. Okay, how to minimize your time input and maximize output from there. Preparation for prelims, mains and interview commence simultaneously at the same time. They don't start at 3 different times and in 3 different styles. Okay, just presentation is different. Informations are almost same and similar. Okay, either you are using same information to crack the objective questions or to write a subjective answer, or you are answering a question put by an honorable member of the interview board. This is all about this exam. Okay, if you follow this method, you will feel yourself quite deburdened and quite comfortable. Okay, otherwise you know that every other person has idea how to prepare for civil services. So here I would like to end the webinar, bidding you goodbye and hopefully meeting soon with a new topic in future on a new webinar. Thank you very much for joining.